Jared Polin Frono's Photo.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. First up, for decades, most photographers' staple first pro lens has been a 24-70 2.8. But is that about to change? Canon Rumors has shared the idea that Canon's follow-up to the RF 24-70 2.8L might actually go wider. They claim that they've been told a few times that Canon is expected to release their first zoom VCM lens, and it might be a, get this, 20-70 f2.8 LIS for the RF mount. Now, before you get all excited, I want to know how much digital lens correction it will have. And since just about every lens is digitally corrected these days, is this something that's going to be the norm moving forward? No! Maybe the days of optical perfectness, whatever, maybe that day is gone.
And now it's all gone.
A 20-70 2.8 would certainly be a fantastic lens for still and video shooters. There is a difference between 20 and 24, and it is substantial. From a still standpoint, it would be amazing in the pit at a concert. From a video standpoint, it would allow you to be in a tighter space and not have to switch lenses to go wider. On the flip side, the 24-105 2.8 is probably my top run-and-gun video lens of all time. Now, would I replace a 28-70 f2 with a 20-70 2.8? Probably not, because there's just something so good about those f2s. Now, what I would like to see, though, is a 24-70 f2 that replaces the aging but still amazing 28-70 f2. Now, what are your thoughts on a possible 20-70 VCM? Let me know down below. Next up, Dan, get the pew pew pews ready. Nikon has announced a service advisory for manufacturing issues with 3 cameras: the Z5 II, Z6 III, and ZR. Here's what Nikon had to say. First, thank you for choosing Nikon for your photographic needs. Followed by, we have learned that certain Z6 III, Z5 II, and ZR cameras were manufactured using parts that do not meet our quality standards, and this may cause the cameras to become inoperable. We have identified the range of serial numbers for the affected camera units and would like to inform customers of our response to this issue. Phone call? Oh, I wonder who that could be. Hello? Oh, it's Madeline K, who's still with Nikon USA PR. I thought you quit years ago. Oh, what's that? Stop doing the pew 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 thing because it's old already? How about no? Dan, run that pew 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 one more time. Now that that's out of the way, we check the serial numbers for our personal Z6 III and Z5 II that we have here. Yes, we have those cameras here because we do use them from time to time. And guess what? Both were not affected by this recall. Now, I want to give props here to Nikon for not pulling any punches here. Though nobody likes having to deal with an issue like this, Nikon acknowledged the issue and offered up a solution for those affected by the issue. If your camera is affected, Nikon will fix it at no cost to you. They will cover the shipping, and they will do so regardless of it being in or out of warranty. Dan, hey Dan, guess what? Fire up the good pew pew pew. Now my question to you is, are any of your Nikon cameras affected by this recall? If so, let me know down below. This fix is brought to you by ProGrade and their USB 3.2 Gen 2 and USB 4.0 readers. Now, side note before getting into the meat and potatoes of this plug, nothing pisses me off more than when I'm on a shoot and someone else there is like, ooh, we can use my no-name crappy card reader with this random cable that says a transfer will take an hour. And I'm like, no, use this. And I whip it out. I whip out my ProGrade card readers. One of the biggest things that pisses me off are people using crappy memory cards, and the other thing is people using crappy card readers. I only use ProGrade card readers. ProGrade offers a bunch of dual slot options for SD. You have dual SD, you have SD with CF Express B, and you have SD with CF Express A. They are fast and reliable, offer simultaneous transfers from both slots, magnetic bases, and comes with multiple quality cables. Now, the ones I personally travel around with are their USB 4.0 single slot readers. I've got the CF Express Type A and Type B, and get data transfers of up to 40 gigabytes a second. And for those times where I need extra Thunderbolt slots when I'm traveling, well, I break out the ProGrade PG20 Pro Thunderbolt 4 hub. Now, for more information and to grab some ProGrade stuff, head on over to ProGradeDigital.com. And finally, last week, Canon Rumors spoke about a stacked and loaded R7 Mark II, and this week, Sony Alpha Rumors, not wanting to be left behind, has hit us with some wild rumors for a possible A6900.
Nice.
Where the A6800 went, who knows? Anyway, according to the rumor, the camera will be released after April of 2026 and sport a brand new 33 megapixel stack sensor with 15 plus stops of dynamic range. The body is said to be slightly thicker, not the way I like it, but some people, oh, we're talking about cameras, I do like them thicker, to make room for a better grip and include a few extra customizable buttons. What's funny is Sony went from those super thin credit card style Next cameras, where thinner was the winner, to beefing up their entire lineup's girth. I like that word, girth. It's like the male equivalent of moist.
I don't think that's accurate.
But I digress. Other rumored specs are it will have a Bion's XR2 processor, which supports 30 frames per second electronic shutter and 15 frames per second with the mechanical. Its max shutter speed would be 1/16,000th, have 8.5 stops of image stabilization, and have one card slot utilizing CF Express Type A cards. And if I had to guess, it would also be able to take SD cards or CF Express A. That's normally what Sony does. Now, in terms of video, it is said to be limited to FHD and 4K formats, including 7K oversampled 4K 60 without cropping, as well as, this one is kind of hard to believe, 1.3 time crop oversampled 4K 120. Now, if this is real, it sounds like it would be a welcome addition for those photographers who want speed in a smaller camera with that extra reach of a smaller sensor. But for now, remember, this is just a rumor. Now, what specs would you like to see in a future Sony crop sensor camera? Let me know down below. And there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, ProKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.